Even though the UFC does an incredible job, AJ, incredible job of building up these fighters, of hyping up these fights, getting people to want to watch and pay for tickets to watch these fights. I do truly think that Taila Santos is a good fighter, man. I've been hyping her up since the day she came into the UFC, but I also think this is a case of Shevchenko just ran through the division and you have nobody left, so you have to hype up whoever. We saw this in the last one at UFC 266 against Lauren Murphy. It's just like, was the hype deserved? No, she kind of got whooped on for 4 rounds and then the fight was over. So is this the same case here, AJ, with Taila Santos? Is this a placeholder? Is this just another name against Shevchenko? Because Shevchenko is the real draw here. Or is this the dark horse that has a real shot to beat the GOAT, Valentina Shevchenko?
Well, I mean, Taila Santos is a dark horse, and she does have some crazy power, really good striking, and everybody's beatable. So, I mean, there is pause for concern. You know, Santos does have a shot to win this fight. I was actually kind of surprised that the odds were as good as they are for her. You know what I'm saying? I was expecting like a 2,000 or something,
Yeah.
man, for Shevchenko, just because she's the bullet. She's that good. So is she a dark horse that can get it done? Yes. Do I think she has the best shot of getting it done? Not necessarily, man. I mean, I was listening to Uncle Chael talk about it the other day. Is Bullet unbeatable? Like, not necessarily. You know, you just need to win one round, because she obviously, Valentina's the better fighter.
Yeah.
But the better fighter in MMA doesn't always win. So if Taila Santos can win one round and then repeat that just 2 more times, kind of pull an Aljo Sterling versus Piotr Yan second fight, who knows? Maybe that can get the win. Maybe that can happen. I don't know. I'm with you. I don't really see it that way. It'd be a hard fight to win. And if she can win round 1, I see it strictly striking, throwing the hands, 1-2s down the pipe, maybe mix a little bit of wrestling in there just to feint it. But Shevchenko's just so damn good at all of that as well. So it's really hard to say. How do you think Taila Santos wins any round if she can?
Well, I actually don't think it's going to be striking, man. I don't think striking is going to be the path to victory for Santos. I think it's going to have to be jiu-jitsu. It's going to have to be her wrestling. But that's the problem. Shevchenko's got really good wrestling and grappling herself. So that's the whole thing. Taila Santos says there's holes in Shevchenko's game and I'm going to exploit them. And Shevchenko's like, I think she's trying to just like hypnotize herself because nobody's perfect. She's like, yeah, nobody's perfect. That's true. Or very few people are perfect. But at the end of the day, I'm the most well-rounded fighter. I am the better fighter. And I agree, because if you look at her performance against Jennifer Maia, remember, she lost the first round and everybody, they went crazy. Everyone was like, oh my God, Shevchenko's going to lose. She ended up winning, dominating the rest of the fight. And she can beat you where you're best at. So she pulls the John Jones sometimes. You remember John Jones versus Reyes, one of the excuses that was given on why it was such a close fight is he was like, I want to beat him at his style. I don't want to take the easiest path to victory. I want to beat him the way that, he fights. I think Shevchenko does that, man. She's like, oh, you grapple? Well, I'm going to out-grapple you. Oh, you strike? Oh, I'm going to outstrike you. But the real issue that I see in this problem, or the real issue I see in this matchup, AJ, is I think that Taila Santos is going to be a little outmatched speed-wise, because everything is big with her. Everything is big exchange, big knees. The Muay Thai is fantastic, right? But Valentina Shevchenko, her Muay Thai is mixed in with like refined expertise, technician, like kickboxing as well, right? So everything is there. Feint, setting up everything. Go, duck under, do this. Taila Santos, man, she was even struggling when I was watching her fight against Molly McCann, man. Molly McCann was kind of giving her a little bit of issues. Obviously, she won the decision handily, but how she really won the fight was by, when she wasn't having success on the feet, taking the fight to the ground. Now, my question to you is, can she do that? If Shevchenko starts picking her apart, does she even have the skill set to be able to shoot in on Shevchenko and really control her? Because the only person who has done that of late was one person, and it's Jennifer Maia, and she got one takedown. That's it. So what do you think?
Got one takedown. It's a big shot. I think the easiest way I can see it is if you catch one of Valentina's kicks, catch a kick, shoot in on the inside when you hit him with a leg sweep, or catch it with a big punch, and that's what knocks her down to the ground. There has to be something else than just a classic double leg blast or a single leg run the pipe. I think Valentina's just too damn good for that. She's going to see it coming. She's going to know. She's going to do the stuff she needs to do to get out of there. Valentina's just too damn versed, you know what I'm saying? Like, she's been seeing it for all too long, man. It's hard to surprise her with anything new. She's always thinking 3 steps ahead. Can Taila Santos get it done, get it to the ground? Maybe. I mean, the thing is, though, once Jennifer Maia did it that first time, then Valentina, everybody started putting her on blast. Like, oh no, it can happen. It can happen. She can fall. But then she came back and Valentina's like, really, bitch? You think I can? Like, all right, I'll show you what's up. And then just went crazy on the ground game. So I think she's going to be so prepared everywhere in this fight. It's going to be a very, very big uphill battle for Taila Santos.
Yeah, no, I agree. And I have one other cause for concern in terms of Taila Santos. And I'm not hating, bro. I just think that Shevchenko is so many levels ahead that, but then again, man, you might wake up on the wrong side of the bed and have an off night. You never know. Anything can happen. But Taila Santos, given that she has that Muay Thai style, she's very front heavy and she doesn't check a lot of kicks. She has big leg kicks herself, but Shevchenko is very Joanna Jędrzejczyk-esque in terms of just constantly bop, 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 just landing those kicks. She'd throw them in combination too. So out of that southpaw stance, she'll jab, cross, leg kick. And given that this is going to be orthodox versus southpaw, I mean, you also have that body kick to the liver there all day long for Shevchenko. So I think that she's going to work it, man, on multiple levels. Head, body, legs, working some takedowns, and ultimately dominate it for a decision victory because the respect that I will give to Taila Santos is that she's a tough outing, bro. She's never been finished in her career. 10 knockouts, 3 submissions, 6 decisions. Like she knows how to capitalize on her opportunities. But like I said, all it takes is Shevchenko to control you, to demoralize you for a couple of rounds to get you out of your game, and you're in a bad spot. So I don't think Taila Santos right now at this stage of her career, given that she's 28 years old, she's not in her prime yet, right? I don't think that she's ready to take on the champion and defeat the champion handedly right now. Now, this fight, if she loses this, which I predict that she will, might be the catalyst that propels her to being that person in a couple of years. But would you agree with me right now? I think that of all the names that Shevchenko has fought recently, the Andrades, Chukagins, Mayas, Murphys, Carmouches, right? Santos just isn't that caliber yet. Like, she's just a little too young in the game. You know what I'm saying? Do you feel me, or do you think I'm tripping here?
No, I feel you. I feel you because I've been liking Santos. We've been hyping Santos for years now. Then since she started, we've been thinking she's going to be the girl. She's going to be the one coming up. It's just a little too soon. I wish that the women's division had a little bit more depth so that we could, build up a Taila Santos, build her up all the way to where maybe a year or two down the road we're seeing the Bullet match up, but not the case, and it's just fight her when you got to fight her.
And I'm just saying, just look at the resume, man. The wins that propelled her to a championship. You beat Molly McCann, Jillian Robertson, Roxanne Modafferi, and Joanne Wood. That's what gets you to the title? I'm not hating. I'm just saying that's not the progression that's normally. It's not even like the top 5 of the division, So that's just why I'm saying that. I think Taila Santos is such a skilled fighter, but I think that's going to be the catalyst. So we'll talk about this on Monday, see if my prediction is right. I think the speed is going to give Santos a lot of problems, and the feints and the setups of Shevchenko is just going to kind of, not allow Santos to sit down on her shots the way that she's accustomed to. But let's talk props, brother. For the Bullet, which I think the most common sense method of victory is a decision for the Bullet, right? Even though she has 3 TKO victories in her last 5, and people will probably be very disappointed if she can't finish Santos. I respect Santos, and I think a decision gets the job done. However, we saw Yuri was minus 155 for a TKO. Valentina's plus 105 for a decision, so she's not even minus money for a decision. So I think you jump on that. Like, you jump all over that one, right? Because this is a women's flyweight bout at the same time. Both of them have power, but if you're smart, you're not going to fall into the traps that's going to get you knocked out. But for Taila Santos, a TKO, brother, this is the thing that struck me even crazier. I want to know which one you jump on more. The plus 105 decision for Shevchenko or plus 850 TKO prop for Santos, bro. That's like her one method of victory, I feel like. That or a choke. And the choke is even crazier. It's plus 1,400. So which one do you like better?
I mean, I have to jump all over that Valentina decision.
Of course.
But at that same point, if you got like $10 to throw down, that $10 for a TKO and Taila Santos for a plus 800 comeback, hell yeah, all day long. That's a great prop right there because it can happen. And I feel like that if there's going to be a way, it's going to be crazy in the exchange. Taila Santos lands some big power. Valentina doesn't see it coming. TKO. I mean, I don't think it's going to happen. But if there ever is going to be a way, I feel like that's what's going to happen.
I really feel like you could take the minus 600 currently. This was minus 800 at open, right? You could take the minus 600 and you can run with that and be like, however Shevchenko gets it done, that's fair play either way. I think that this is a pretty safe bet. But that plus 105, brother, I honestly, you got to jump all over it. We'll just leave it at that. Jump all over it, folks. Plus 105 for Valentina Shevchenko. That is our consensus lock here at the Bloody Water Podcast. So leave that for what it is worth. We'll see what happens, but we're going with the Bullet.